I've been having the anxiety now for just over an hour. My blood pressure dropped, my blood pressure level dropped, and it will. I will stabilize. It will stabilize, but it's trying to use my mind to try and, but it's not that easy. A bit overwhelmed because I wasn't in this position where I am at the moment. Bear, get down. Oh my goodness. No, Bear, leave that alone. Bear. He's on the shrine. He's on the shrine. He shouldn't be up there. Get down. Get off of there. Bear. Good boy. You shouldn't be on there. That's a shrine. That's my sooty, my mum and my dad. That's a shrine. You do not go up there, Bear. Because he's trying to play with Sooty's little bull. Sooty's little play bull, and sometimes his fur. No, it's out of bounds. That is out of bounds to anyone but myself. Magic doesn't go up there. He doesn't do it. Bear's just curious, that's all. He's only curious. So this is going a little bit erratic. You can hear the sound, and it's going beep, 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 beep. So it's an erratic state of on the pulse rate. It should be going more like boop, boop, boop. So it's just, and the reading up here at the top is a little bit high, so it needs to come down a little bit. I can't think if I had an anxiety yesterday. I don't think I had one yesterday. That is before midnight, and you turn into a pumpkin. Oh, hello, Magic. Hello, Magic. Hello, Magic. Actually, they have EKG for pets as well, dogs and cats. Pets, have little EKG. No, you two. Bear. You leave Magic alone, Bear. No, this causes me anxiety. Bear. Leave Magic alone. He doesn't want to be stressed. I don't want to see Magic getting stressed up. And Bear is a junior cat. He's a junior, and Magic's a senior. So Bear's a junior. He's a junior. Magic's older than me. Magic Sooty were older than me. Oh yeah. See, you get the cats that are just kitten. Junior, Mature, Senior, and Jellicle. Jellicle cat. A Jellicle cat. Bear, will you stop tormenting? Magic doesn't want to play. No, he doesn't want to play. Okay, Matt Bear, will you stop playing Debbie Wants to Do? Because you are like Debbie in some sort of porn movie, Bear, and you're like Debbie Wants to Do magic. Will you stop it? You're gonna be neutered in a couple of weeks. Bear's schedule, he's got an appointment, so he's going to be neutered. Because he's been trying to be. Bear's been playing Debbie Wants to Do magic, and that I won't tolerate. I won't tolerate that. That's Anyway, Magic's looking at the EKG, I think, for just a second there. I'm just not feeling that good yet to even get up, because I just still feel a little bit wobbly on my legs, or I just can't. If I try to, I'll be a risk to myself, because if I fall over and hit my head again on the floor, not that I need to do that again. If I collapse, yeah. You think about it. If you think about it, the theory of it, like blood pressure and such, to keep you stabilized, will be similar to, say, like having inflating an object, depending on what shape it is, and then you put some weight on it, not very tall, and you put some weight on it, and if you've got the PSI, pounds per square inch, that weight on top might be in a stable position. But if you lower the PSI, it might then become unstable and start wobbling around until it falls over. I think I've just explained something like I just explained something like I just made the illogical sound logical, because I never thought about it for until just now. That's how it feels. If the pressure's low or such, you gotta feel, if you had a put round your arm, which I could do, and then I can, because I've got the EKG here, medical instrumentation. It's still going, like, it's been over an hour. Oh dear. Believe me, I'm trying to think and focus my mind to control my body, but it's not very easy. It's not very easy. It's like trying to have a computer with a redundancy. Redundancy is just a word, and a word we invented. Oh dear, it really does. This is why I get anxiety attacks, because all this technology here that I'm using, and technology is just a word that we invented. This device or this instrumentation, or I could put it into so many words. This was conceived through imagination of our mind, you think. And because we got an intelligence, and there are many other people thinking more or less similar, and you get a group, and we say, let's build something. How's that going to be done? Well, it's not going to be easy. And there it is, and it was all built free of charge. No money. Money did not build it. I'm sorry, but money just didn't build it. We might have to accept the stupidity of the law that money says, but that's money's just a passport. Means a way rewarding you with a token of thank you, whatever, and then you could do whatever then with that money. And there's only two ways you use that money. There are only two ways. You use that money for good, to do good things, or you use it to do illegal things. There is no if, there's no but, there's no debate, and there is no vote about it. It is used either two ways. I have to say, the way that you use it illegally to do very diverse, perverted things in this world is disgusting and despicable. How it can be even tolerated, I don't know. Money is evil in the larger sense of scale. On a 1 to 10, I would say 9.9 money is used for evil, and just the 0.1 is just used for good. There is no debate, no vote, no if, but we'll vote about the bloody thing. It is. And things like this cause me anxiety. Things that I think I'm secure in my home, I really don't care. I'm not secure. The government, the armed forces, whatever, they don't secure me. They don't secure anyone in this country. A meteorite can come through the atmosphere at any time, depending on what size it is, what it's made of, its makeup. Is it rock and iron? And its size, a lot of it's not going to get burnt up, and it's coming down at a very fast speed. And even if most of it burns up, and even if it is about the size of a flipping ping pong ball, given what it's made of, will just go right through this building. It will go through it would go through because it's going through at a very high accelerated speed. Kinetic energy. There's a lot of things that, what brings on the anxiety. Sometimes I could be sleeping, and then suddenly the anxiety. So what was I thinking? I don't know. In the subconscious, I don't know. Sometimes when I'm awake and I'm conscious, and then something in the back of the mind, it's always these little things. I mean, really pathetic little things. The things that really bug me on YouTube are the YouTube shrills. The shrills. I'm in it for the money. Oh, I can't stand that. I can't stand people like that. See again, And I don't know if, they're using that money to go out and buy illegal drugs, just so they can smoke it. And I only have to look at so many on YouTube and think, yeah, me, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Couldn't care less to touch that rubbish. That's the way I'm feeling right now. Fucking lousy. I asked the vet yesterday. I took my cat Magic to the vet for a health checkup because I was a bit concerned, and he checks out okay. He's just not enjoying the bear at the moment. He's not enjoying the bear. Such a tiny little snowshoe can really irritate my cat Magic. Magic is not out to irritate, but I think it's kind of like cat revenge. You know, a cat dish is best served cold. Meow, meow. You know, like calm. Because when I had Magic, when I got adopted Magic, and Sooty saw and hissing, growling, and then Magic as well, because Magic was thinking, hey, who are you? I'm here first. And I had to keep talking. Magic? Oh, no, is that you, Bear, meowing there? Oh, I had to tell Magic that Sooty's been here first and you're adopted, and oh my goodness me. What the? I got a wild cat. My goodness, I'll tell you. As long as I don't have Bear on a leash, I wouldn't get the pinky effect, you know. This is Pinky, pet of the week. He's a loving cat, up for adoption. And then suddenly goes wraps around the guy's leg. Yeah, that could happen with that little bear, I think. So, because he was suddenly going wildcat. He'll be mellow when he gets neutered. Yeah, it'll probably mellow, calm him down, which will probably take a couple of weeks. I would notice, because I know his behaviour, his character. How's the UK? Using the cat litter, Bear. I'm not coming out yet to clean it, all right? Because I'm really not in a good position at the moment. I was just trying to get this anxiety relaxed. I'm just trying to get until I start seeing 73 down to 60, 66, 65, 60, and maybe about 57. Yeah. And I guess when you're sleeping, I guess it might go down a little bit more because you're more relaxed. But even though I'm relaxed, I'm laying on the bed. So don't tell me I am not relaxed and tell me to relax. I know I'm talking and talking fast as well as loud. Maybe I have to move this a little bit nearer to me. I mean, well, the modulation, the mic gain on this could pick up my modulation. I don't have to move. I just try and speak. A little bit calmer. Just try and lower my voice a little bit. Just lower my modulation. Oh, I'm getting a little bit faint-headed again. My blood pressure's dropping down again. I was speaking to a friend. He said he gets I forgot what he called it, a panic attack or anxiety. I think a panic attack. They're both the same. They're both the same. Panic anxiety and panic anxiety. You either start sweating. Suddenly, you just start sweating. It happens to me occasionally. My temperature feels a little bit warm on my forehead, but I'm not sweating. It just depends because of the chemical release on your body. Chemical release. If you can catch an anxiety just before it starts, you know it's going to start, because anxiety. Oh gosh, I feel lightheaded. Oh gosh, I've got to reset the button. Why is it saying 44, 40? That's pretty low. 98. I don't know what's that. Is this on correctly? I feel okay. Sort of, apart from the anxiety. Might be an error reading. I think I'm stabilizing on the anxiety. I think I'm stabilizing. But that's showing a little bit low, that. That's showing a little bit low. That reading's a little bit. Usually that should be a little, but because I've been laying on the bed for horizontal for with the anxiety, I got other videos. Yeah, it's going up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Anxiety kind of starts from the tummy, in the tummy area, and then it works its way up through to the chest, up to your throat or your neck or throat, and that's when it's kind of like you got to just lay down or sit down, lay down horizontal, and occasionally put your fingers on your diaphragm, which is a little bit up on your, near to your chest, but not too far. And you press down on your diaphragm and breathe in. You inflate your tummy, hold it for 10-second, and then release the blowing out through your mouth, and then just keep repeating that. And that usually compensate the anxiety attack, and you could get through it maybe in less than 10 minutes, for argument's sake. Because if it goes into 10 minutes and then you think, crikey, then you just start counting the minutes. Now it's into 20 minutes, it's 30 minutes, it's an hour, and oh dear. And having an EKG, these are, you can see the name, the make here, the make. There are a lot of these on eBay, very cheap. And you could get later models, but they're going to cost a little bit more because, or you can buy them brand new. They will cost a lot more, sort of thing. But this has been used in a hospital, or paramedics. They've updated. Maybe they made it a little bit more lighter because this is a little bit heavy, sort of thing. Because it's a pretty robust piece of instrumentation. This isn't a touch screen, mind you. It's not a touch screen. Some later models have a touch screen display. So you use the buttons on it to navigate through the readings and such into the other instrumentation on it. I got all the things to put the bio sensors all over me, so I could but I just mostly use the this, and or occasionally I will put the check of blood pressure thing. But my blood pressure and actually is okay. But why do I get the anxiety? Why do I worry about something and then brings on the anxiety? Not many people have got one of these. Not many people would have one of these. And yet, for less than 200, you can pick one up. It depends on who's selling it. And you get a lot of people on eBay selling medical hospital equipment. I suppose this, in a way, just gives me a little, not reassurance. I'm curious. And because when I was watching these things at the hospital, 6 years, I think, ago, that now depresses me because I want to go back in time and have it the way with my Sooty, my dad. In fact, I want to go back a little bit more further and have it the way so my dad will feel happy, and I'm sure the same goes for anyone else. If you think that, and you have loved ones, and you think in a way that you just want it back the way it was. There was nothing wrong. There wasn't nothing right about it. It was just harmony. harmony is just a word, isn't it? It was peaceful, happy. Those are just words, but it was peaceful, happy. I just don't know how to go back in time. Einstein theorized it's possible theory that there'll be some organization paid by the government because they think money would invent something like that. No. It's the mind. It's unlocking. It's using the extra percentage on our mind, which we haven't yet been granted the key to unlocking the extra percentage, or the last percentage or such. I think, given our human history, I don't know. I think that would be a bad thing. I mean, it's like but then wouldn't you think the universe itself would want to unlock the what has formed the universe, the atoms, the antimatter, the matter, the antimatter, and those are just words, aren't they? I got no comprehension of any of that stuff. I mean, it's way beyond our thinking, really. It's something that we can't really touch. You can't touch space. Not that I know, because I haven't been up there firsthand. And you can't touch it because you got to wear a pressure suit. If you take that glove off, your hand's going to get frostbite, instant frostbite. Not possible, but if it's the feeling. And I know fictitious characters like Mr. Spock will be thinking, that's not logical, that's illogical, and it's true. You can't touch space. I mean, is our planet or our solar system or our galaxy, is it in the center? I don't know. There's nothing really out that can say we're in the middle. I have no idea if space. I've got no idea if it is square, spherical. I got no idea. We have no idea, because it is impossible to travel at an incredible speed. And what is that incredible speed? Mel Brooks, Spaceball, ludicrous speed. I mean, the universe has been around for we don't know how long. We say, well, that, and we look at that number and you think, gosh, golly, that is huge number. Golly gosh. And then people think, oh gosh, I wish I had that amount. I wish I had that in money, like billion, like what about trillion or zillions? The universe might be zillion years. Zillion. Well, there might be. That's just a word we invented. And then I think there might, I don't know, I'd have to go to Wikipedia or so and look up, and see if there is anything beyond zillion. Because it is huge. So if this square screen or rectangular is the universe and we're in the middle, we're so microscopic, atomically small in size. That's just another word, we invented, and things that we've invented through the mind. We're so tiny. And then you got to have a spacecraft to go from here to maybe the edge, where suddenly you can't go any further. You can't go any further, and you think there's something there. And this spacecraft will not go any further. Maybe you've then reached, but how far away then is your distance? The years, the distance, and good golly, you gotta it's not possible to have a space vehicle to do that. It's not possible yet. And even if light speed is possible, you're going at some million miles, whatever, per hour. You'll just keep going on. You'll just keep going on at that same speed, that same velocity, until something comes in your path, until something crosses your path, and it hits you, and then that's it. You would get obliterated, just like you're walking down a road and a pavement, and there are people walking all over the place, and we suddenly turn this way, but then that other person then suddenly wants to turn in this way, and then you're on like, blimey, is this person like, it's the way our thinking it goes, and then suddenly, crikey, because it's like asteroids, and you're trying to avoid walking into someone, or you could just suddenly stop, pause, and stop walking. I might try that next time and try to avoid, and then that person, if they're not a complete bumbling idiot, will walk into me. I'll reset this. That's it. So unless that person is a complete bumbling idiot and then want to carry on walking into me on purpose, that, asteroids and meteorites in space, they can't make course correction. They can't change their, just they're sometimes spinning, tumbling, whilst going around the universe. Well, on a they're in this orbit trajectory, and they just keep going and doing this over and over and over. That's like when we see a comet passing the planet. There's things out there, and they won't come too near unless something happens to come by, knock it, and change its trajectory. Trajectory. That's just a fancy word, for outer space, NASA astronaut. It changes its position, okay? Oh dear. The Voyager spacecraft, one is traveling at 40 4,000 mile an hour, and the other's traveling at 47,000 mile an hour. I'll just keep going. And as I'm speaking, they're still going on at that same speed per second. Whoosh. That's like watching Lord of the Rings in high frame rate, and then suddenly something goes wham, and you think, what the heck was that? And the camera that films all that Lord of the Ring rubbish, high frame rate or whatever, wouldn't even be able to capture it because it's moving, because you got to have a more higher frame rate because it's moving so fast, and you think, what the heck was that? Because all you're going to see with it is frame by frame, you'll only still see a blur, an image blur, because it's moving flipping fast. You've got to have a very high frame camera speed. It's moving at incredible speed, faster than the bullet. Well, 47,000 miles an hour is faster than the bullet, or faster than a space rocket on takeoff, on launch. Space rocket on launch, it only mostly sometimes gets up to about 3,500 or 4,000 miles per hour, because it's still got gravity pushing it up, trying to push it back, and the space rocket's trying to defy the gravity, and using the liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen and such, and the propellant, and to pushing it, until it achieves orbit, and then all the fuel exhausted, and then that's it. And then as it goes up, it's going in that sort of angle, and then wham, you're in an orbit, and you're going 17,500 miles an hour per second. Coming back down to Earth, you're going a little bit more faster, anywhere up to about 20,000 mile an hour, and gradually then you would start to decelerate and such, and then, depending on the spacecraft, you go up, parachute, and you got to use the parachute to slow your speed down, because it's still a bump, still a bit of a bumpy landing. I don't know how they can put up with that, really. I couldn't tolerate that. I wouldn't like it. Because it's still coming down a bit of a bump at a few miles per hour. And if you were to purposely, say, you got a gym mat, or you go into a gym and such, and you got those soft mats, and if you did something like a jump, and then to purposely come landing down, poof, it's going to be a bit of a nasty, it's going to be an uncomfortable jolt. And when you got something like a space vehicle, and it's coming down with the parachutes a little bit more, I don't know. See, we got instrumentation to measure these things. It's measurable to measure the, how fast you're coming down at. Even though you're not going very high off the ground, you can't really project yourself to go up really high. We're not super men. The higher you jump, and well, it's gonna really hurt when you land. Because mostly the space vehicles that go up today and come back down, they land. It's mostly on land, not an ocean landing, but still it'll be a bit of a jolt, even if it's on the ocean. You might think it would be less, but it's still depending, because the way the spacecraft is made, and you think it's going to make a certain motion, and when it hits, it's just like your hand, like that, and you do that against the water, it's got a certain texture feel to it. If you have your hand like that and go in, it will go through more smoothly. Then you got the vehicle that can land like a plane. That looks like a spacecraft. That does. That more is like a spacecraft. A spacecraft's just a word we invented. That really does look. You know, I'm surprised they couldn't even make it improve it. So you got something there that works. It's got it has very few accidents on it. It doesn't cost a lot of money to build one of those space shuttles. That's rubbish. The mind is what built it. A lot of people elsewhere all around the world, all thinking more or less the same thing, with the same goal to achieving, to making something that, wow, yeah, and then, but money doesn't keep it going or flying. You either get negligent, you either go negligent and then don't really care to maintaining it, and then it breaks down, or it blows up, or it crashes, or unforeseeable things that you know. Just like an anxiety attack, because I don't know when I'm going to have an anxiety attack again, or a panic anxiety, you know, or what my mind is thinking, and why am I dwelling on something tiny? Why am I dwelling about someone else that cares very little about myself? I should just say, do what my dad says. Don't think about anyone else. Don't care about anyone else. But that's not me. You know, I'm just different. There are some things I wouldn't care about other people. You know, there's the type of people that, well, I'm not going to say now, but I can give a list of what types that I just wouldn't even want to associate myself with. And I'm sure they wouldn't want to associate with me, because they only want to associate with people that are loathsome, really loathsome type. And they know they wouldn't be able to reach me. So it doesn't work. That's just a word, isn't it? That's language, words. With most dangerous form of communication. When we developed language and speech, and we can verbalize and understand, but we can't understand foreign languages unless you study foreign languages and understand all the vowels, the verbs, and the alphabet and pronunciation and all the slang words. But what if someone was speaking in foreign language and then suddenly tried to make their language sound like gibberish? Like I know a few words in Spanish. Cero, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, nueve, buenos dias, buenas noches, sí, por favor. But if I started speaking try to speak like Russian, Sputnik, someone might think I'm speaking another language legitimately, but I'm just randomly trying to think like a Russian. But to a Russian, would anyone understand what I've just said and would think that's not a language that I recognize in Russian? And I don't know what the heck I just said, and could I repeat it? Sputnik. I don't know what the heck I just said. It's like you could say maybe Mission Impossible, a TV show, or it's just a thing we invented, isn't it? And I could do like that and pretend to be a spy and then with someone else and then speak a language that you think, what the heck? And the other person's going to be thinking, scratching them and thinking, what the, even though the two of us wouldn't know, we're just trying to make a fool of someone else, to make out we're Russian or whatever. Couldn't do that in, say, like Chinese, Japanese sort of language, not unless we're wearing that Mission Impossible makeup, to make our faces look like Japanese or whatever. Oh dear. Yeah, but there are things today you could buy through invention. I'm just keeping a reading on that. I keep the EKG on for a bit. I recharged the battery, charged it up to 8.5, 8.6 volt. That held for quite a few months. When I checked it last night, the voltage on the battery was 7.3 volt. I don't know, I can't remember. But if I used any other instrumentation on it, like to check a blood pressure and such, the pump mechanism in the inside to inflate the around your arm, that will use up a percentage of such a mini voltage every time you use that, and then the battery level is just will get lower and lower. So paramedics would use it very little, and then once they get you in the ambulance, and such, they bring all the instrumentation equipment back in, and they'll probably put it on the battery charge thing, because they're portable and so they could do several things. Oh yeah, feels very cool at the moment because the temperature is going cooler. Oh, you're laying beside me, Bear. Are you warming me up? Yeah. Temperature's getting cooler now. Feels a lot cooler at the moment because I think it's going to rain today. It's cloudy, obvious, I can tell because of the time. it's still summertime, and it's just gone 6 o'clock, but I can tell it's overcast. Where are my glasses? Yeah. Can't focus at this distance. Temperature feels like it's about 17 or 16. Maybe a bit of wind. Maybe a bit of wind blow. Let's check the weather forecast. Oh, it's 14 Celsius. And there is a wind speed 16 miles per hour. What direction is the wind? What direction is it? Click on wind. Oh, it's a southwesterly wind. Got southwesterly winds coming in from the southwest, which is that direction. That way is west. That way about southwest. That's south, literally. So see the arrows pointing. And the temperature today, the prediction roughly on the chart, will get up to about maybe about 19 Celsius during the afternoon. So, I think wintertime will be bitter. I don't think there's going to be any snow. I don't think it's going to be any snow, at least around here. It just depends. Can't move clouds now, can we? We can't shift this cloud like, hey, we don't want snow here. Let's have it move this cloud over here and let it snow there, huh? It's not easy to do that. Even though they got that Harper. What is the Harper? I keep forgetting. Is it Harper or Harp? H-A-R-R, yeah. A high frequency active auroral research program. Very sinister. Very sinister. It's funded by the government, the Air Force, the military. Very sinister. Very, very sinister. And they use about, I don't have to check out because I could just remember, they're using their transmission about 1 million kilowatts. You could talk all right. You could, I suppose, with that power, 1 million kilowatt. Gosh, retune their frequency. I suppose on the CB radio band, they could you'd hear them all over. That is a lot of dB signal level. That is a lot of dB level signal. I mean, my linear amplifier will boost the dB signal. I think maybe by about maybe about 6 dB, 6 or 7 dB. It's only 200 watts, so the more power I have, the more dB level. I'm just thinking because on the signal meter on the radio, sometimes you get a signal reading that's just about 0, and it's very faint. distance is neither here or there. You could be down the road and using attenuate your power output, so this is very, very low, and then you increase it, and then signal meter reading on AM or FM, the needle goes up a little bit more higher and higher. On FM it stays at a stable level. On AM it goes up to a certain level, but when you modulate on AM it fluctuates, and that's just the normal thing for AM. It fluctuates, it moves. On FM it stays at that signal, and you can modulate, but you don't see it fluctuating. On single sideband, upper sideband USB, lower sideband or LSB, the needle's always moving, kind of like a recording needle on a microphone, and you're doing a recording, you see that the needle moving to your voice modulation. And if the radio station can produce a whistle or produce a sine wave tone, which is possible, then you will see the signal at a certain level, at the frequency, and then it will show the signal strength, the dB, the decibel signal strength. So in some ways, CB radios got quite a lot to do with home cinema, or home. I think, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Oh gosh. I think radio probably came first, and then talking sound with film, even though it was being experimented with long before actual vinyl record, 78 RPM record came out with synchronizing the recording to the picture and talking. Wow, the picture is talking now. Radio a lot more sooner than that. And Marconi, just first transmission, only a couple of miles away from me, just that way, just down that way, down to Sandbanks, and near one of the hotels, and Marconi did the first radio transmission. Wow. Bournemouth is full of surprises. Which is why hardly it's not even on the news in the weather forecast. Every time they do the weather forecast, Bournemouth is not mentioned. My dad says, because Bournemouth is very popular, very rich, very posh, and all this or whatever. I think, huh? Bournemouth is pretty popular, more so than, you might say Southampton, just because the Titanic, I suppose, sails from Southampton, and Southampton's only that way, 40 miles away that way. So the Titanic was that way, so the Titanic went out that direction, and then around this way, coming along past Bournemouth and all the Isle of Wight and such, and then down to Cornwall, and then up towards Ireland, and then pick up more passengers, and then outward bound over the North Atlantic Ocean. Wow. That's kind of wild thinking that. I know the map because I can just memorize it. Wales would be not exactly that direction, but slightly over a little bit, about 80 miles away to South Wales. To get literally onto Wales, got to go round the roads a little bit, and then and then into Wales. It's only about 80, 90 miles. Well, because you can't literally go over the water. You get up to a point and then you can just see South Wales in the distance by several more miles, but you can't cross it. There's no bridge, so you got to go round. Wow. Bear, oi, mischief. Number one. Get down. Put laser beam on cats. Freaking laser beams. I want cats with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. Meow. Yeah, that's okay now. I can take this off. Turn it off now. It's okay. Oh, having that on your finger for a while. What is the bear doing? Bear, what are you doing down there? Bear. Hey, bear. He jumps up. Like a little mogwai. A little more beautiful. Mischief, aren't you? Oh, mischief. You're not having an anxiety attack, because I don't know. Because I asked the vet, can a cat have an anxiety attack? I think the vet said, it's kind of possible. And I say, have you got EKGs and such? So you can, we got those. We can check a cat or dog. See what the vital sign are. Are they normal? And Bear, will you stop going up there? No, that is a shrine. Whoa. Little bugger. Where's my sooty's fur? Leave that alone. That's sooty's fur. Do not touch. Do not touch that. All right, sooty. That's sooty's fur. Anyway, I feel okay now, but there's no telling if I get another anxiety attack. Because one time I had, I think, 2 to 3 anxiety attacks in a single day. So I might get another one. Bear, will you stop stressing me out, please? Get down. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Yeah, you can lay down there. Yeah. You lay down there. You're not sticking those claws into anything else and then wrecking it. Hey. Oh, am I giving you anxiety? You don't want me petting you? Oh, okay. See, look at that. Look at Junior Bear. He's so agitated and hey, what are you doing there? Stop chewing on this, all right? Hey, calm down. Calm down. Relax some of that predatorial instinct. What? You relax it, Bear. You don't have to. I'm your servant, all right? So I feed you, clean your litter, give you petting. I even tell you off because I'm trying to discipline you. You know, that's like Dr. Malcolm in Jurassic Park saying, you know, telling Jurassic Park to try and discipline dinosaurs in this age, you know. And, you know, I suppose discipline will find a way, you know. You know, Dr. Malcolm lays down on his side there and he's got his tummy and it'll find a way. It will find a way. Yeah, I try to find a way to alleviate my anxiety, but you got to, when you just notice it coming, you got to kind of press down here and kind of move it downward to try, because it's some sort of gaseous sort of thing, and then it kind of like I say, it works its way up here and then up to your throat, and then you just feel uncomfortable. If you feel very wobbly or such, your blood pressure most likely will be dropping down. You just need to lay down. Otherwise, you might collapse. Bear, will you leave that alone? I don't know what the heck he's doing on. No, that is a metal. Leave that alone, Bear. That is not good to chew on. That is not this basket here. This KO. Look at it. Look at it. That is what Sooty and Magic have been doing. And now Bear's having a go at it. It's a sort of thing, you know. You need something to distract your cat, like get a USB lead. And here you go. Look at that. Whoa, look at that. He's going nuts. Oh my goodness. He's like, he's going like, no, I'm not letting you chew on that. I'll get you some string. Bear, leave that alone. This basket is partly, and it's got a bit of metal or thin wire, to make it, and he's chewing on that. No, he can't, because if he bites through that or breaks it, even a small bit, he might potentially be able to swallow it, and then it's going to be a problem. You got to supervise your cats. You got to supervise them. I think when they're outdoor cats and such, and sometimes they come back, feeling, or they're not quite the same as when you saw them hours before, and they come back and they're a little bit different. because we don't know what they've been, doing. Because you can't quite supervise them when they're outdoors because they just, it's not very easy. If you got a garden, I recommend the garden be cordoned, sealed, so no other cat can get into the garden, and your cat can't get out of the garden. It will still have the garden to play with. He's going back like to the same position. He is absolutely fascinated by it, and he wants more. He wants to understand what it is. Come, Bear. Bear. Psst. Bear. He is going. He's very adventurous, curiously adventurous. And where's Magic? Is he in here or in the kitchen? Anyway, that's the live stream now with the anxiety attack and everything else. So, toodaloo.